one was full of people. The roads were dusty and covered with all kinds of filth. As we walked into the room, I sat down. I was tired.
We were all tired. And hungry. At first, I thought a servant had come in, as I looked over and saw a man taking off his outer robe and tying a towel around his waist. And then I realized, Jesus, no.
He was going to wash my feet. I believed him to be Messiah, the Son of God, and he wanted to wash my feet.
No, stop, Lord. I was filthy. More than just my feet were dirty. He was the pure one, and I was a sinner. And he wanted to. I never would have imagined washing the other's feet.
I was unloving, unjust, and by my own pride. Yet here is the author of life, the very Son of God, bending down to wash away my filth.
This wasn't the way it was supposed to happen. This wasn't the way it was meant to be. Roman's rule strengthened every day while he sat there talking about peace and love. And I was ready for a fight. We all were. We were ready to have died with him.
I was ready to die for him. To stand and fight. I said, he talked about being a servant, about love, loving for our enemies.
If he was just willing to lead us, willing to take a stand against the Romans, wasn't he claiming to be the Messiah? Didn't he have enough followers? What was he waiting for? I started to wonder if it all was a lie. Had I given up 3 years of my life for a dreamer who wasn't willing to finish what he started?
I grew up celebrating Passover, the meal, the traditions, the stories. But this was different. The way he explained it, this Passover was different.
They didn't come to me. I approached them. I did. And at first, it felt like the right thing to do. It didn't feel like a betrayal.
Betrayal? What was he talking about? I leaned over to ask him, who? He handed the bread to Judas. He was talking in parables? Betrayal? How could one of us betray him? After everything we had seen, I didn't understand. But then again, there were so many things I didn't understand.
Jesus took the bread and told us it was his body broken for us.
Then he took the wine and said it was his blood poured out for us.
I knew he was trying to tell us something. The intensity of his voice, the strong gaze of his eyes. I knew this was important, but
we didn't understand. I wanted to. He'd call me a son of thunder. I didn't even fully understand what that meant.
They were looking for a way to stop them. I just gave them the opportunity. And I thought, you never know. Maybe this is what he needs. A chance to fight. A reason to fight.
I started to confess my loyalty. I wanted him to know that if everyone else left, I would stand with him. He could count on me. But then he started talking about a rooster crowing.
He asked us to pray. Up in the garden, he wanted us to stay awake and pray. It was so late. We had time to pray tomorrow. We had just come off the Passover, the celebration. But something was troubling him, and he wanted to pray.
Deny him? I'd die for him. I would. Does he know me so little after all this time?
We all vowed to die for him, but we couldn't even stay awake and pray.
After all this time, he thinks all deny him, desert him? Never.
They deserted him. When we came for him, it all happened so differently than what I had pictured. It was unbelievable. This wasn't happening. He didn't even try to fight back. I tried to give back the money. The others deserted him, and I was left holding the silver. What have I done?